Hey, F.U.L. fam. What's happening, family? Everything's been moving quite smoothly, I might say, and I really appreciate the various people that allowed me to interview them. I'm humbled by it. Let's keep this train going, a number of positive energies, and I'm having fun. I like that. Yes, sir. This is a Black Thought Interviews, and it's going to be episode 9. Yeah, I believe 9. And we got the founder and CEO of Keeping the Promise Foundation. Yes, and that's Chris Ward. Yes, Chris Ward. Great interview. Hope you enjoy it. Let's, first of all, thanks for your time. And open up your mind, all right? Talk to you in a minute.
You are now tuned in to F.U.L. Podcast Show, where family unites listeners and listeners become family. Now allow me to introduce your host, Cornelius James and Mr. Info Joe. And oh yeah, F.U.
Come and talk deserves a walk. Come and talk deserves a walk. Come and talk deserves a walk. Commentating, illustrating.
We created this podcast for the people, for the comments that's not represented. But now we got a voice. Yeah, now we got a voice.
F.U.L. Podcast Show. F.U.L. Podcast Show. F.U.L. Podcast Show.
Hi, F.U.L. fam. This is Cornelius James, and you're tuned into the Black Thought Interviews. And today, we're interviewing Chris Ward. Let's welcome him to the show. How are you doing today, Chris?
I'm doing great. And yourself?
Man, like I say, any day above ground, you know what I mean? It's a good day for me,
That's true.
So, can you give the F.U.L. fam a brief bio about yourself?
Yes, my name is Chris Ward. I'm born and raised in Tennessee, moved here to Florida. I own a nonprofit organization called Keeping the Promise Foundation. I love helping others. I'm very into helping children to develop their inner skills. Married, happily married. I'm a father of 5, 3 boys, 2 girls. And,
wow.
Yes, and I'm living life right now. I'm living my dream.
Man, God is great. Yeah, I got actually, 4 kids myself, man, and I got 3 girls and 1 boy.
Oh, okay.
Wow. Yeah, so let's keep it moving. What do you prefer to be called, Chris? Afro-American, Black American, African-American, colored, Negro, etc., and why?
Well, I don't like really they call any of those. I just like to be called a man. I feel that being called black, color, and all the others are racial profiling. It wasn't us that came up with those names. It was the Europeans that came up with that name, and I just think it was just they keep changing it to make it seem like they're not being racist. So I just like to be called a man. My race is me, a man. That's what I like to be called, and that's what I scratch out when I'm on job interviews or applying about it. I don't like to be called black man or African American, Black American, because I'm not all that. That's to me just racial profiling. They name never changed. They stay white, but they kept labeling our race. So I really don't like to be called none of that.
I can ask that question, and I have been asking it, and it's a trip how the answers are always different. I'm not going to go into it, but I appreciate your response, Mm-hmm. Thanks, Chris. So let's move on. What do you think about our culture's current state in America?
Well, our culture's current state in America is terrible right now. Until blacks become united, we're always going to be in the state that we're in today. we have been brainwashed to fight toward, each other, to be scared, to fear other races, as it is. Until blacks become, like I said, until we come united, rebuild our self-esteem, we will be okay then. When we start realizing how much power we have within our race, it's never going to be, we're going to be always in the state that we're in today. We just have to, one day I'm hoping that we're all going to wake up at the same time and see our potentials in our race.
Appreciate your answer. Nice. Okay, let's move on. We are $1 trillion a year consumers in America, but we own little to nothing. What can we do to change this?
That goes back to this question that you just had. We have to unite. We have to come together. We have to start spending our money with each other, just as we spend with other races. We have to also ban Black America, whatever we want to be called. We have to understand the true power within ourselves to come up in this world. Until we understand the power that we have, we'll never own anything. As long as we have fear, we'll never own anything. We definitely have to get rid of that fear. We have to teach each other. We should never be too old or too young to keep learning. That's our biggest state at that time is this unity. That take care of everything when it comes to us. It really does. We just have to man together, step together, be together. It's just like the Black Wall Street. When they got together, they said the same thing. What it's going to take for us to overcome what's on? They got together. They put their money together. They put, hire others. And that's what we have to do. We have to go back to that Black Wall Street era and reproduce that, repeat that again. And I think that's the only way. We have to stick together. We have to make that unity come back.
Appreciate that, Chris. Appreciate your answer. Really do. Let's move on to the next question. We're giving our President Obama a report card. What grade would you give him? A, B, C, D, or F, and why?
I'm going to give him a C for effort. I feel that I know the government rules over everything, but the president himself have tried. But I think with him being the president, he could have done a lot more, a lot better than what he's doing. I know it's a risky business as far as what he is. They will attempt to try. Of course, if you go against the grain, they'll kill him. But but he knew that going into it. I mean, every president knows what they're getting into when they win or go through the era of trying to win the election. I think our president has done a great job in a lot of areas. I mean, with the Obamacare, he tried to lower the gas prices. He tried to stimulate the package. He done a lot of good things. Don't get me wrong. But I just think with him being the president, he could overpower the government and shut that down. We don't need that government. We don't need a government to help corrupt the world worse than what it is. Other countries don't even have governments. They have a president, and that's it, or a king or a queen. And they're living fine. I don't understand why the president, with him being a foreign from another country and seeing that and knowing this, with all the presidents before him, why they don't change, why he can't just go ahead and do it. He has the power. They can't overturn what he does, so go ahead and do it. Make it right for not only for everyone, but for more to make sure that our race alone is put back in a better state than what we're at. Because to me, slavery is still here. It's not just with one color. They have slaved all colors. If you're not in the bracket where they're in, as far as money-wise, you become a slave. And it's doing, like, for example, the prison system is worse. worsening. What else? Keep growing and growing. It's become a business now. That's a new form of slavery. Owning all the TV. You know, this is something that the president can step in and just say, hey, this is too much power for one family or 5 families to have. And I don't feel like he's doing a great job with that. I think to me now, it's a paycheck. It's a lifetime paycheck because when he's gone, he's still getting paid. He still got Secret Service. He still got the life to live. So I give him a C for effort.
Okay, and I appreciate your answer. Can you give me 1 to 3 books you read that changed your life?
Well, I haven't read a lot of books lately, but the one I understand was Steve Harvey book, Think Like a Man, Think Like a Woman, Act Like a Man. That book is one that I could actually say that changed me, a way of thinking and understand the woman, and reprogramming myself. Another book I was just thinking about was, oh man, I can't think of what the name of it. Well, the Bowers household have changed. I'm going to go there. Bowers have changed. Now, I'm not a religion man. I believe in what my ancestors believed in. But the Bible has taught me to understand what's a lie and what's the truth. It's a lot of things that I feel that now that I was taught coming up as a child, and now that I'm adult and I reread and understand, it has changed me a lot in a way. So those 2 books are the main 2 that really have changed me completely around and within the last 5 to 6 years.
Nice, and I appreciate that. Lastly, can you tell the people where they can find you via location or social media?
Yes, I'm always on Facebook. You can look me up with Facebook with Chris Ward, or you can look up my other page, Christopher Ward, and that's CHRISTOFER Ward. One page, the Chris Ward page, is more for relationships. I like to talk about relationship and have a little fun on that page. The Christopher Ward is more the serious page to wake up my people, to show them what I'm reading and what I'm seeing that they should relook at again. So those 2 pages, like I said, my nonprofit organization is Keeping the Promise Foundation, and you can look that up on ktpf.org. And those 3 right there is most of where I'm at.
Well, can you repeat that, your foundation again? Because I want them to hear that clear so they can know where to reach you and see the work that you're doing.
Yes, that is Keeping the Promise Foundation. The website is ktpf.org. And that's something that I'm very happy of. I've been started that back in 2012, but I've actually been working with kids over 20 years. I just finally got my own nonprofit organization. Me and my wife runs that. And it's something that we both love. We love working with children. And that's what Keeping the Promise Foundation is trying to help them find their true skills in themselves and bring them up to be leaders.
Well, we really appreciate your time, and we really appreciate that you've given us, fathers, especially what you're doing with those kids. I mean, it's to be applauded. We need more people doing what you do. So Chris Ward, guys, you support him because he supports us. This is FUL Fam. Hey, Chris, you have a great day, and let's stay connected.
We sure will. Call me anytime.
All right. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Now allow me to introduce your host, Cornelius James and Mr. Info Joe. And oh yeah, F you.